All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to this Super Metroid GT Classic race. Hope you guys have all been enjoying the SNES Super Stars marathon. Been going on all week, I think. Today we have on the left side Papa Schmo, and on the right side had Kev Nastics duking it out. Um, my name's Dark Zoa, and with me today I have TG Derp.
Howdy, howdy. I've done commentary for Super Metroid race in a while, but I am always a big fan of watching GT Classic runs, and I think we're going to have an exciting match here.
Absolutely. You guys are getting a extra special treat. Uh, this is the true any percent category. No major glitches. Hashtag code is not a glitch. We'll get into a little bit of that a little bit later, but there are no major glitches here. So this is the real any percent, guys. Sub 40 is real. It's going to happen right here. We're going to get two of them.
Also confirming that Zoa thinks that glitches are cheating. You heard it here first. Not allowed to use them. Fortunately, we won't be using any glitches. Just trust. While we have a moment, while the race is starting, you want to explain what the category is, other than being the true any percent?
Yeah, so what we have is our what we have here. Sorry, I'm getting pinged. Here we go. So yeah, what we have here is our runners are going to gather up just as few items as they can in the early game, and try and get into Lower Norfair as early as possible with as little resources as possible, and which is just the in-game area. And they're gonna do that to get to the mini boss Golden Chorizo. There's during the door transition coming in either door. There's two of them. They're gonna hold A, B, X, and Y, and only those four buttons, and it will activate the GT code. It's a little developer debug code or a cheat code, however you want to look at it. That'll just give them almost every item in the game. Not quite. It's about 53%, and then they're gonna pick up Screw Attack after that. They want to make sure they get that afterwards, because if they don't, it actually, instead of adding things to your inventory, it overwrites your inventory with this loadout. So after that, the game will just be a straight boss rush. They're gonna balls to the wall, just blaze through all the rest of the game, murder everything. Some nice movement tech and all sorts of neat little tricks that you don't get to see in many other categories. So we're off here in Sirius Station now. The last Metroid is supposed to be in captivity and Galaxy at peace, but Sirius Station is under attack. So we got to go figure out what happened.
There's no Metroid in that tube anymore. They might need to check that out. But yeah, I think this category is a lot of fun. There's a pretty big GT Classic community, because I think a lot of people enjoy the whole idea of just getting to this one specific area as fast as possible with as little items as possible into the second half, which is just a big boss rush, basically. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if speed is your thing with speed gaming, then this is definitely the category for it. It is just a slog through the early game. It's quite volatile, I'll have to admit. A little too much for some people, and that's okay. But yeah, once you hit that nice payoff spot about 13-ish minutes into the run, it is just
both runners.
By
the way, just referring to the series, both runners got a 49 entering the last room. Fortunately, Papa Schmo messed up a little bit, so didn't quite get the perfect escape, but really good escapes from both runners, at least entering the last elevator room.
Yeah, getting out of series is winning series in my book, so definitely the worst area of the game.
Don't disagree there, but we gotta go check it out every time, and the Metroid gets taken away every time. I don't know why we keep showing up.
Yeah.
Seems really inefficient to me. Let's just
Yeah.
go.
But fun fact, you can actually defeat Ridley in this in that beginning cutscene there with 100 P shots. But if you enter health bomb range, which is what our runners just did, just as fast as they could, then the Ridley will take off. So you have to get in all 100 of those shots while weaving in and out of Ridley's tail and fireballs and all that. So it's quite a difficult proposal, but is possible.
Yep. It's also technically possible to die to Series Ridley, but
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to be doing it on purpose. Basically, it involves
yeah. It's
manipulating Ridley's
quite a
behavior.
difficult setup with a damage boost and a very specific fireball setup, manipulating Ridley a little bit. I think Insane Firebat might have the world record for that particular category at the moment.
Seems like a niche enough category that Firebat would have the world record in.
Yeah, yeah, that's him. So we got yellow morph ball and yellow morph ball from both of our runners. So fun fact, the morph ball there oscillates between pink and yellow. A few different items also do that, and whichever one it freezes on when you touch it, we like to imagine that it has some significance for RNG later down the road. So usually like to see pink balls. So not a good omen, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. I stopped following the community for a while, and when I come back, we're talking about morph ball colors suddenly. So I guess that matters now.
Oh,
Both
only in
runners,
our hearts and minds.
both runners have equal luck theoretically, if that's the deciding factor, which is always a good sign.
That's a much better way to look at it.
Even if they have equally bad luck, then at least they're both getting screwed, I
Yeah,
suppose.
nice level playing field. So coming up on climb here in a second. It's gonna be probably one of the hardest rooms in the game for learning this game or any category of this game really. But our runners are looks like nice. We got a little variety here. We got wall jump climb from Cadnastics and a ledge grab climb from Papa Schmo. Roughly about equal time, so whichever you prefer. Kev is just blazing through Parlor.
I believe the
It was a
wall
really
jump
nice
climb is like single-digit frames faster, is what I remember. Maybe that's
So
wrong, but
yeah, I believe it depends on what you which one of the two different variations of ledge grab climb you do. But the static climb, which I believe is optimal, is far and above much more difficult to pull off. So yeah, either way, it's maybe a handful of frames here or there. So we're at the bomb chorizo now, and our runners want to damage him in increments of 100. So 5p shots, or yeah, it's 100. So yeah, 5p shots at a time. A missile is 100, so they just want to make sure that they get the right amount of damage so that bomb chorizo does not get beheaded, and that wastes I think around 40 frames or so. Oh, and commentator's curse. Papa Schmo got that decapitation animation, as Aki Towner loves to say.
yeah, Bomb Chorizo has 800 health, and once he drops below 100, you get that decapitation animation. So unfortunately, Papa Schmo falling a little bit behind in this early game, but the early game in this category can be very volatile, so would not be surprised to see Papa Schmo gain a lot of time over Kev if something goes wrong.
Yeah, we always love to say that anything can happen in a GT Classic race, so this could go back and forth as many times as it needs to.
Kev actually didn't get a missile drop until the last pirate. You can see him in the cam laughing about that. It's pretty funny.
So yeah, it may not look like heck much right now, but our runners from this point on are going to be doing a lot of micromanaging health and ammo up until they get around to Varia suit. And so Kev, not in a great place. He wanted to be full on health coming down that elevator so that he could guarantee that missile drop that he just got. So you need 5 missiles to get into that door, and as you see, being full on health for Papa Schmo there just guaranteed that missile drop that he needed.
Yeah, Kev got a little bit lucky. I think it's around a 50-50 chance to get a missile or health if you aren't full health, so technically even
not
odds
sure.
to get.
It's enough to screw you. So
exactly.
It always makes me cringe and clench a little bit when I see our some of our runners just damage boosting through the pirates instead of missiling them in the room before. I make sure they get the missiles they need, but health gets really tight up in this upcoming section.
You can see though, even though we haven't reached some of the harder points of the early game, that little fiasco that Kev had to deal with allowed Papa Schmo to catch up a little bit.
Yep, and so our runners are going to be skipping Charge Beam here. Since they are going to be getting most of these items from the GT code later on, they don't really need it. However, that does make Kraid a little bit more of a risky proposition. It's probably the most dangerous Kraid of any category I know of in this one. Just because if you miss the Kraid quick kill, you are in for a long slog of a fight, and you don't have charge beam, so you have to wait for a 50-50 missile drop from little Kraid claws.
It's especially rough because you usually only have enough health to get to Kraid, generally, especially if you take a few extra hits, which you see Kev taking a couple from these rippers as Red Tower not quite cooperating.
Yep,
but
and
yeah,
Papa Schmo has closed that gap up and is in the lead. Like we said, anything can happen in a GT Classic race.
I think he might be closer to even because the streams aren't quite synced up.
Yeah, I think there's about a 2-second delay, it looks like. 2 to 3.
Still a very close race so far.
Absolutely. I'm having a little bit of an issue with item select there.
Right, but as I was saying earlier, you usually have pretty low health getting to Kraid, so in the event that you miss the quick kill, you actually need to be pretty careful in the Kraid fight, so you might have to take it slower than you want to. Especially since you really don't want to get health bombed by Kraid, because you need the ammo to actually get out of Kraid Slayer comfortably.
Yeah. Papa Schmo coming out of Hellway with just about the right, probably about the minimum ammo you want to come out of there with, and health is looking pretty good though. He's definitely going to get a super drop here coming up. Kev coming out with fantastic ammo on the other hand.
Yeah, Kev farmed in Hellway quite a bit to get to this full ammo state, so he won't need to worry about any ammo.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Absolutely. So we're going to stop off right here and make sure this tube is broken for the way back. This is, let me shut up for a second, make sure. Okay, both runners made it. So yeah, there is a slight chance if you activate the tube breaking on the same frame that Samus touches the door transition there, you will soft lock in the next room, and it's a complete reset. So thankfully, neither of our runners did that. It's just one of, I think that's just the first of many upcoming volatility points in this run. So fingers crossed, everyone.
Right. It is actually faster to break the tube now rather than later on when you're entering Meridia with full items, partially because it's faster to just jump into the room, and partially because the trigger to break the tube is actually on the left side. So if you're entering from the right, you have to wait you either have to go all the way to the other side of the room, or you have to wait for the powerbomb explosion to reach the other side of the room before you can actually break the glass.
So here we have a next volatility point. Let's see if our runners can pull off a Kraid quick kill.
Well, they both missed the 2-missile kill.
Both with very nice backups. That was amazing.
They had the sync too.
So
same time.
Yeah, you that is one of the harder backups to come by. For some reason, if that quick kill goes wrong, it always seems to just spiral out of control from there. But both of our
Runners,
runners fixing it up.
yeah, they both have really good ammo as well. Both exiting with full missiles and more than 2 supers.
Yep. And
Basically, all you
Papa a
need.
little low on power bombs, but as long as he pays attention to that and makes sure to grab one before he goes down through Lower Narfair, he should be fine.
All right, because they're not going to Crady tank. I'm so used to this category without high jump, but I guess that is probably not going to happen in a
Right.
marathon. That's a little too risky.
Well, it just depends on who you are. Some of us are insane enough to go for it.
Yeah, there is a nice enemy in the first one of the first rooms heading to Bubble Mountain that'll almost always drop power bombs. So Papa Schmo, if he feels inclined, can take that drop. Does need to remember to get at least one though.
Yeah, luckily that's a pretty quick farm. So we're gonna grab this E-tank and one more item up here in the next room, and that will be it until we activate the code. So grab these high jump boots. Just makes it a little bit easier to do our lava dive coming up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Might be more than a little bit easier, to be honest. High jumpless is one of the trickier strats that's used in a mainline run, if you want to consider GT Classic a mainline run.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's all depends on how you do it. You could left side high dive, and that brings up the difficulty factor on high jump dive quite a bit. That is my favorite way to do it.
You'll see. Looks like both runners are planning on doing the farm before the lava dive. They're kind of damage boosting through some of these enemies.
Yeah, I would definitely hope so. Just if nothing else, just for Green Gate glitch coming up. And it looks like Kevnastics didn't mock ball through that door, so he is remembering to take his first safety save.
Yeah, the runners have agreed to take a few safety saves just because the category is pretty dangerous for the next couple minutes. There's 2 very hard tricks to get back to back, the lava dive and then the gate glitch. We'll go over in more detail as they happen.
Yep.
Remember that Papa Schmo needs to grab a few power bombs. The good news is actually that he needs to grab one to actually open the door, so he should remember just off of that. So
yeah, hopefully. Kevnastics also is going to need to grab one. It looks like because he went for some powerbomb strats leaving Kraid's lair. So, oh wow, it looks like Papa got both of his from the little gamuts here during his farm. That's probably more unfortunate than it is convenient, actually, but still works. Kev remembers to get his, and he's going for the simple entry. No quick fancy stuff. Just tried and true. Roll straight into the room.
Yeah,
looks like he did a real high jump there to manipulate the top Namahe to shoot early, and no, he's not going to go for it. Just safe.
With 2 E-tanks, you have plenty of health to get through lava dive with high jump, so you can definitely be calm about it. The trick is pretty intimidating to a lot of newer runners because you're on a timer, and if you mess up, you usually don't have enough time to do another attempt. But you have plenty of time that you can take it slow and be more precise with your inputs.
Yeah, 95% intimidation, 5% slow motion wall jumps. That's all it is, folks. Anyone can do it. So we got both of our safety saves out from both runners, and one more real big choke point here is the Green Gate glitch. So you want to explain what's going on with this one?
Well, I didn't have time to because Kev got it first try. Look at that.
Wow.
But
Very nice.
Essentially, your projectile speed when you shoot a projectile is affected by your current momentum. So by shooting a super missile right before you reach the gate, you can actually get it to move fast enough to clip through. and so it can hit the green button behind the gate. Unfortunately, Papa Schmo wasn't able to get it with his
Yeah.
first volley of attempts, but that's why we safety save.
So you saw when Kev entered that room, first thing you probably noticed was Samus is purple now. So we have basically everything we're gonna need except for this one item that Kev's gonna grab now, the screw attack. But what happens is that all of those items are automatically turned on, and so you're not supposed to be able to have Spazer and Plasma Beam turned on at the same time. So if you had accidentally shot a shot right there, you would completely crash the game. So that's real last major choke point, but most people don't have too much trouble with that. Once you do it once, you tend to not ever do that one again. So hopefully.
Papa Schmo actually backing up more than most people do for the
Yeah,
gate glitch.
that is a
Standard
little
setup
much.
is usually to back up 1 pixel. I
Yeah.
saw Papa Schmo backing up a few.
Yeah, lots of good setups for that. It's really down to preference at this point. I've seen so many people do it so many different ways, but depending on how you do it, you typically only going to get a 1 frame window. You can get up to 2, but it's a little harder to consistently get that 2 frame window. So, not an easy trick. That's why we made sure to farm and get that full supers before going down. Kev, on the other hand, just tearing it up after entering that code. This is speed gaming at its finest, folks.
Yeah, the only kind of dangerous part of the run after this is Ridley for some newer runners, since Ridley can really just troll you. So
well, there's stand-up glitch. There are 1,000 ways to fail stand-up glitch, but we'll get into those when we get a little closer to it. I believe, on that note, that our runners might have agreed to a third safety save there as well. So we'll see when we get there.
Kev X-raying the pirate there. I always talk about how I hate that strat, so Kev does it every time I'm doing commentary on one of his races.
Oh, I came up with a strat to group them together to X-ray them both at the same time. And if you're just going by the time for that room alone, it is actually the fastest way to do it.
Well, that's a little different. At least you're killing them both at the same time. Regardless, Kev on his Ridley fight. Ridley can be very annoying. And there, you saw. Kev was trying to manipulate Ridley to turn around so he would pogo like you see now. So he can just shoot on the edge of this platform. But Ridley just decided not to turn around. And so Kev lost a few seconds and got knocked in the acid. Fight's going well now, though, as Papa Schmo has gotten his GT code and all of his items, and now on his way to the rest of the game.
So overall, a pretty nice Ridley fight from Kevnastics. Should be seeing. Actually, no. Yeah, we should see a little high five here soon. Kev won't make it out in time to skip it, so.
Yeah, they'll high five around the bottom of the Key Hunter shaft, I think.
Yeah, that or the beginning of Wasteland, for Papa, beginning of Wasteland, I suppose. So, up next, we've got pretty much just running through the game, killing everything, just straight murder. Everything is pretty simple to kill. Going through the rest of the game, you have screw attack and speed booster. You can just plow through everything for the most part. And plasma beam. Gonna get to see some very cool shenanigans with plasma beam coming up. There are 2 items that our runners have that you can't see up there at the top. They both have grapple and X-ray. Although you can't see them because the code doesn't actually do anything to the HUD. If for instance, in theory, you got, and you in theory can, I think only in PAL, but if you got there without having any power bombs, that icon wouldn't be turned on by the code either. So, but we're gonna see some cool shenanigans with the X-ray beam coming up.
You might have noticed Kev running back and forth in one of those rooms in Lower North Road and reacting visibly annoyed. That was because he was trying to get a trick called the, I don't know exactly what you want to call it, but he was trying to get the speedball out of Wasteland, where you can use speed echoes to break the bomb blocks in that little morph ball tunnel, but unfortunately he wasn't able to get it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see Papa Schmo bust it out for us.
It's pretty tricky because the slope, or the floor slopes upward right before where you need to do the mock ball, because you need to mock ball in order to keep your speed echoes. So you have to do a very tight jump, actually, especially if you aren't doing a tight short charge and you have a lot of speed entering the tunnel. It can be pretty tricky.
For sure, it's pretty easy to hit that wall on accident and just kill all your speed. So, nice reverse powerhouse from Papa Schmo.
There are a lot of very fast strats you can do in these rooms once you have all of the items, which is, as we've been mentioning, why the category is so interesting and has such a high skill ceiling. There's that speedball.
There it is, and a very nice setup for it. I like that one.
Yeah, also a pretty tight short charge. Looked like a stutter 3 from Papa Schmo. Just making sure he had as little speed so he had enough time to really set up the mock ball. Kev actually stood on the door there for a little bit. That was kind of funny. He's on his way to his first mini boss in Meridia. The only mini boss in Meridia. But the first boss he will be using the microwave strats on, which don't know if you explained earlier, but you want to go ahead and explain that again?
Yeah, so with this little microwave beam, that's the X-ray shenanigans I was alluding to earlier. What Kev's gonna do is he's gonna select over to that X-ray that you can't see. He's charged a shot and he releases it and just tap that run button to activate X-ray. It freezes the shot in place, but Botchwoon's iframes actually keep ticking down. And so when he lets go of it, ideally he'll do it in a timing such that the iframes will be expired, the shot will still be on top of Botchwoon, and it'll take damage again, and he'll just immediately freeze it again. So it takes about 3 presses optimally, and most people will press it about 4 times just to make sure. Oh, not quite full happy, but a nice top shelf. Very nice save there. Unfortunately, hit those dastardly ceiling blocks up there that killed his speed with the space jumping. But yeah, so that's basically what we're going to do for most of the rest of the bosses, basically everything except for Mother Brain. We got another nice microwave coming up here on Dragon. So Dragon has a very nice tell for when he's dead. Fortunately, it's probably the easiest microwave to do in this run, because Dragon will force you into a standing position when she's dead. So you see Kev just crouched right here, and so he's just going to keep pressing until
didn't quite get it.
Didn't quite get enough of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he was letting go of X-ray for too long. You have a few frame window before you can actually damage the enemy again with an iframe. Or before the enemy's iframes run out, excuse me, and you can damage it again with the plasma shot. And unfortunately, he was just letting go of the button for a little bit too long.
Yeah, just let that shot travel just a little too much.
But he has made it out. It's a nice womple jump.
Very nice. Not the fastest way to do this room, but definitely the coolest, in my opinion, at least. Love a good womple jump. So you see Papa Schmo, very, very clean microwave on Dragon there, and did not resurrect Botchwoon there. So and a nice high five on the door there. I didn't even notice that. So yeah, fun fact: if you escape that room before that pillar finishes exploding in Botchwoon's room, you actually when you come back through there like Kev just did, Botchwoon will still be alive. The pillar will be back, and you'll have to fight him through the pillar all over again. So actually want to slow down a bit.
Or you can go down the sand pit, but that puts you in an awkward spot since you just want to leave Meridia once you've killed both the bosses.
There is a very cool way to do that backup. It doesn't actually lose all that much time, but it's quite difficult to weave your space jumps in through Aqueduct and get all that. So no foosball for Kev. Let's see if we can get it on Papa's side when he comes back through.
We'll see if Kev tries for the fabled Fantoon skip.
Hopefully not, but he would probably be the runner to do it. And there you saw Papa Schmo got forced into that standing position as Dragon died, and that's how he knew it's over. You're done. Go ahead and stop. No spike suit. Nice attempt though. Very, very hard trick to begin with, but even harder since you have Spring Ball and you cannot unmorph with the jump button. So kind of have to split up your inputs a little bit instead of just mashing. But also a very nice Womple. So place your guesses, everyone. See what Fantoon's patterns will be today. Hopefully we'll only get one each because, again, we have our nice little microwave. This is the trickiest microwave to do. So let's see if we can pull off a couple of sweet run rounds. That looks like a fantastic, almost Ruya Ball setup from Papa Schmo. Just a little too high entering the door.
So Fantoon, when he initially opens his eye, which you see right now, you saw Kev shoot it with a missile instead of immediately going for the X-ray. That's because once he opens his eye, he's programmed to immediately close it after he takes enough damage, so you can't actually X-ray off of it because he won't get iframes. He'll just go invincible after getting hit. So what Kev had to do was shoot him with a missile to get him to fly around the screen, and then he was able to do the X-ray. So well done by Kev. Got a fast, got the 1 round. He's on a roll, headed for the end of the game.
Papa's on his tail. Actually, it's hard to tell when he's that far behind, but he's actually been gaining ground pretty well. He's got a pretty sick late game going through here so far.
We're gonna see another high five here. In just a moment. As they meet in the door.
Very nice. So once again, place your bets. What are we getting for Fantoon for Papa Schmo's side? I'm gonna say hopefully another fast. Let's see these two runners just pull it on together.
I'd like to see another fast, but Fantoon does tend to give you what you don't want. It's not even that he gives the slowest patterns. He gives the slowest patterns unless you want a slow pattern. If you're trying to get ammo from the fight, he'll give you a fast every time.
Yeah, or the dreaded right fast round 2 that nobody ever expects to happen.
It's a rare event, and it's Fantoon giving a fast. How could it ever happen?
So, but hopefully we won't see any round 2 patterns. We're just gonna wrap this up real quick. Not a fast. Let's see a mid. Not a mid. So we're gonna have a slow.
Oh no, that shot didn't intersect, excuse me, Fantoon's hitbox enough, so Wasn't able
Almost
to
a,
hit Phantom multiple times. Get to mid though,
yeah.
so not too bad.
The lifesaver, right mid, which is always my favorite round two pattern to see.
It's a very easy pattern to execute. Always nice. But what Papa Schmo was trying to do was trying to kill Phantoon before he flew off the screen, because that loses you about 2 or 3 seconds. And we saw Kev, even though he got the fast, he did let Phantoon fly off screen to set up for the X-ray better. So lost a little bit of time there. Papa Schmo was trying to negate that since he got a slow, and since he was in a good position, but unfortunately didn't quite hit the shot. Kev got grabbed by these Metroids. I'm not sure if he was... I don't know if he's intentionally going for grouping strats or not, but that is what he did.
Yeah, who knows? He may be going for grouping strats just to make sure that he has good ammo. Ammo not generally being an issue here, but if he misses baby skip, I know Kev is a man after my own heart and will go for the crystal flash instead of hitting the refill room, which is a bit riskier and requires some ammo.
Yeah, these
But I think
Metroid rooms
it's
are
about
actually
7
some of the
seconds.
highest skill ceiling rooms in the game, just because you have to have such high APM because you're constantly switching between normal shots and supers while moving at full speed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and since you have all of the HUD items to swap through, if you're not a user of the item cancel button, then it's kind of kryptonite for those kinds of runners, unfortunately.
yeah, a lot of people have item cancel set to select, which is an awkward button to press. Kev
Oh,
did get grabbed. This is good news. We get to see the crystal flash.
yeah, yes. I'm sorry to cheer for this, Kev, but I'm glad that this happened because Kev has fantastic ammo, completely full. What he needed was threshold. It depends on how you go about it, but the threshold's typically around like 15 minimum supers to be able to crystal flash. So he is looking good for it. His reserves are on auto, so no risk there. Let's see if we do go for that extra save we were talking about. Looks like he will. And he's going to turn off screw attack to have a little bit easier time with the Zeb skip coming up.
See what kind of strats Papa Schmo goes for in the Metroid rooms. It's a bit unfortunate that Papa Schmo wasn't able to get the gate glitch cleanly.
Very nice.
I think they would
Zeb
be
skip.
very close otherwise. Kev did take this damage on purpose. He wants to trigger his reserves because he's
Yep.
trying to get under 50, including his reserve count.
Yep. So he's just going to do this fight probably with all missiles, maybe a few supers, but he's going to do it from the acid to kill all of that extra health that he doesn't need. And jump up real quick. Very nicely done. He's just gonna lay this power bomb while holding the shot button down and both angle buttons. And as long as you're within the right threshold, your reserves are empty and all that good stuff. You
Papa
will get
Schmo
this
was in
crystal
such an
flash.
awkward position in that.
Yeah, that
I don't know
was.
how that happened.
Yeah, for some reason that particular one, usually the easiest grouping strat to do. But if it goes wrong, for some reason that one just train wrecks for me a lot of the time too. So I feel your pain there, Papa.
Yeah, it's just such an awkwardly shaped room.
And unfortunately, that didn't bring him out with the best health for stand-up. He does have enough reserves to cover it. Let's see if he gets a baby skip. Ooh, a lot of jump rope.
Looks like it.
Oh no! Last second baby grab. I was rooting for you, Papa.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that last jump, the baby was too close. He actually needed to do a few more jumps just to build up more space, but he went for it and got punished.
So if I said that our runners were home free after they activated the code, I lied just a little bit. There's one more choke point right here. We're already past one of them, but there's two different times where you can get stuck to the floor here during stand-up that can hurt you a little bit, but if you know what you're doing, you can X-ray out of it and get back into stand-up. There's one other thing that you need to watch for, and the baby here will attach to Kevnastics right here, and when Kevnastics' health goes back to full, it will detach. And where it detaches is kind of important because if it's too far to the left, Mother Brain cannot hit it with these onion rings. And for whatever reason, it will teleport unless it's too far to the left, or if he jumps too high right here, which shouldn't be an issue. He can also detach it too high, and then Mother Brain can't hit it, and it won't teleport back to Samus for whatever reason. But Kev passes those with flying colors. Looks like we got another Crystal Flash setup coming up here from Papa.
He used his super missiles, though. It's like
Oh no! Did he go for that safety save? Please tell me he got a safety save.
Yeah, he's gonna try the Crystal Flash and realize something has gone
Yeah,
wrong
that
here.
look on his face. I don't know if he realized what happened yet, but he is not going to be able to survive Rainbow Beam.
They did agree to save, so I imagine he did.
Yes, he did save. Awesome. So we will get a finish from both of our runners today. Volatile category, and I hope I didn't influence you just taking that extra volatility just for my satisfaction, because I think I am probably the biggest advocate for that strat.
Yeah, it's very easy to do that. Just start shooting supers at Mother Brain 2 just off of muscle memory.
Yeah, if you're not used to the Crystal Flash strat, then it's pretty safe if you are used to it. But if you let muscle memory take over from another category or from the usual fight, then there's plenty of ways that this can go horribly wrong. If you don't quite take enough damage in the acid, which hopefully he will.
He can take enough.
Please take a little bit more. Okay, we're good. Then you'll have to take damage on Mother Brain's head here, and you don't actually get iframes from taking damage from Mother Brain, so it's really easy to get hit more times than you wanted to. So, but he makes it through this time, gets that Crystal Flash, and GG to Kevnastics with a nice 39-40 any%. Super Metroid sub 40 is real. You saw it here first, folks.
Real though, sub 40 in a GT Classic race with marathon strats and a lot of safety saves is definitely an impressive time. So
yeah, adjusting for the saves, that's probably a solid mid 38 run for Kevnastics there. That's not an easy feat.
Would have been a high 38, but still definitely not anything to scoff at. Very solid run for Kev.
Papa just cleaning up here with the stand-up fight. So, right here, when the baby attaches, is that first part. You see Papa, stayed in ball mode there. Kev opted to just stay off the ground. Either way, you can get stuck to the floor. If you're in ball mode here, it's really easy to get out. All he has to do is he's going to lay a bomb and pop right back up. And then that other point is when the baby detaches from Mother Brain's head here. There you go, you saw it. Where Samus got forced into that that crouch position in midair while falling. If you were on the ground there, you'd get stuck. It's just a real quick swap over to X-Ray, which you can see, by the way, now. If you save and reload.
This is a good position, right?
Okay, just barely. If it had been any more over to the left, that would not have been good for Papa. The clutch is real.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing about stand-up. If you get locked onto the floor, you can at least X-ray out, and even if you can't, normally Mother Brain, when she steps forward, will just kick you back. Sometimes she won't, and you'll just get chain damaged. But usually you'll be able to get out. If the baby gets locked in a bad spot, there's nothing you can do. Very dangerous trick, but does save a lot of time, so you go for it.
And we got a little celebratory dance from Papa. And all we've got left is the escape. Hopefully some nice barbecued animals. Oh, that was a nice setup for the Blue Bomber, but he went a little too far. He's gonna go for it again, maybe? Yeah, he is. Oh no, hit the wall again.
He's got plenty of time. You can keep going for this. The race is already over. Gotta get it for the fans.
One more go. Not quite. So what he's trying to do here is if you unmorph with those blue speed echoes there, while holding angle down or up, I think. Oh, no. You just got it. You keep those blue echoes and you can hold it. He got the door open, but he's gonna try it again. Oh, it gets oh, I don't think I've ever seen that. Fell back through. How unfortunate.
There we go. First try.
Gets it the next time. First try. Very nice. And it looks like we're joined by Kevnastics. Kev, GG on the run. Very nice. Sub 40. Thank you for showing everyone the Crystal Flash. That was fantastic.
Well, I'm glad it was exciting. No, y'all did great comms. Thank you so much for that. And thanks to Papa Schmo for inviting me to do this race with him. I actually felt really good about my run all the way up until Red Tower. And then, you know, Red Tower was Red Tower, whatever, my bad. And then I missed the first setup on Crate, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be one of those days. But then I got the backup. And I don't know if you noticed, but when I went to go do the Green Gate glitch, I had power bomb selected because I menued too hard and I had trouble there. So usually I go for the running GGG through the door. So I got through the door and I stood there a second. And I went, well, heck. So I selected supers. I don't know how I got the gate first try, but I got real lucky there. So it ended up pretty good. But yeah, if Pops didn't have resets, he would have crushed me. He ran a lot better than I did. He just had some unfortunate luck with the green gate, which, you know, can happen in this game. And then this is my final race, my final anything with this controller. It's done. I'm done with it.
Rip controller. Hopefully moving on to greener pastures.
Nah, it was fun. Y'all did great. Derp, I did microwave the pirate especially for you, as you thought. Nah, I'm so happy you did comms. Thank you so much to both of you, and hopefully we'll get Pops in here. I hope it was a good looking race from everybody's perspective, and that the viewers really enjoyed the showcase in this category.
Yeah, Papa's got another 30 seconds to show off. No, he's gonna leave.
Just
the
gonna
planet.
go for it.
Decided he might as well get off the planet that's literally going to explode. Perhaps might want to leave a few extra seconds to spare.
I was gonna taunt the animals, but I needed to get the sub 40. I haven't gotten above 40 in so long. I was not gonna let that slip away, no matter how bad I was playing.
Hey, don't worry, Papa Schmo had you covered. He taunted the animals for you. Speaking
Heck
of
yeah, dude.
Papa Schmo joining us.
Hi.
GG, dude. GG.
Hey,
Marathon
GG.
luck, right?
Yeah, I was just showing everybody, you know, what can go wrong in the run. I figured I'd showcase that just in case anybody wanted to see it.
Well, this is the first time we've raced 1v1 since the GT Classic tournament last year, and in that one, I failed the GT code, and you ended up taking me on that one. So the way I see it is we're even on 1v1s, and we're going to have a rematch at some point.
Rematch, let's do it. Yeah, yeah.
Really?
I've been running like low 38s for the past couple days, so this is just an unfortunate event. But hey, I had fun, man, and thank you both for coming into Calm, and thanks everybody for just putting this thing on. It's been awesome to see all these Super Nintendo games and all the Super Metroid for sure.
Right? I think don't we have isn't Azure doing Super Duper Metroid and maybe another Metroid after this? Nature?
SM
Yeah,
Nature as
so-
well, yeah.
Yeah, Nature's coming up next, and then Super Duper Metroid. I think Nature looks like RBO and then Hundo for Super Duper Metroid. So I
Oh, and
hope you
Azure's
guys
awesome. Make sure y'all stay for that.
Yeah, for sure. One of the longest running members of the community. So that should be a fantastic show. So I hope you guys haven't had your Super Metroid fill yet. There is lots more to come.
I don't. Well, we won't take up too much time. I'll just say thanks for watching, and see you next mission. Obligatory. See you next mission.
Yeah, thanks Fiesel and Speed Gaming for the restream. Thanks Derp and Zola for coming here and doing this, and thanks for everybody for watching. And I will see you next mission.
Yep, and I believe that will do it for all of us. Thanks everybody for watching. This couldn't happen without how the viewers. So glad to have you all here, and glad that hope you all enjoyed watching this true any percent. Tell your friends this is the real any percent. So I will. This is Dark Zoa just signing off. See you next mission.